guys, welcome to the first part of this week's Coffee and Hero Show, taking you through all the new graphic novels into the store. Before I jump into that, just a quick bit of housekeeping that this Saturday is Batman Day, a yearly event where there's always specially themed variants, special comic store exclusive variants of hardcovers, softcovers, that kind of thing. And where we tend to do just loads of offers as well. So keep an eye on the social medias. We're going to be announcing that stuff later today. So, you know, there's going to be discounts on Batman. We always go beyond just Batman. We go for Bat family related titles. So there'll be discounts on back issues, discounts on graphic novels, and comic packs, merchandise, all that kind of stuff, all that good stuff basically to reward you guys on this Saturday. There'll also be tons of free issues as well, all Batman related. Again, we'll show off all that stuff on social media, as I say, hopefully later today. So keep an eye out for that. But I'll jump right into the graphic novels. Good selection today. A couple of titles we've been waiting on quite some time for that have finally decided to grace our presence. But we'll jump straight in with the latest sort of digest size for Invincible. So Invincible Volume 5 now. This collects issues 25 to 30. We've been trying for whatever is in stock with the suppliers to get back volumes for this as well. I think at the moment we've got 3, 4 and 5, but we've got 1 and 2 on back order. So hopefully when they come back in stock with the suppliers, we'll get those out. And again, the idea is to have like the complete runs, so no matter what point you're jumping into, we can have you covered. Next up, Jay Garrick, The Flash. So from Jeremy Adams and Diego Orlatuegi. This was part of the golden age of books that DC released. There was Alan Scott Green Lantern, there was Jay Garrick The Flash, and there was Wesley Dodd Sandman was the other one. So 6 issues in total, all collected in this, so the complete mini-series. Next up, what we're going to see over the next little while, I think, is sort of iconic Batman runs collected in these book volumes. So you'll see here book 1 on this. This is Batman by Grant Morrison. Now this is a great run of Batman comics. This is what got me into Batman single issue collecting in terms of pre-New 52. Like New 52 really solidified it for me with Snyder and Capullo. But before that I was collecting the Grant Morrison stuff because of the storyline Batman R.I.P. But yeah, Grant Morrison run is fantastic. It's a little bit quirky, it's very dark, it's very horror focused. And then it focuses a lot on Batman R.I.P. as I say, which is where Bruce Wayne disappears. Also introduces the character of Damian Wayne as well. So highly recommend that. That's the first book out this week. Next up we have Batman Incorporated, the complete series. It's kind of ironic that this follows Batman by Grant Morrison because he created Batman Incorporated. This is a different run though. This was one done by Ed Brisson with art by John Timms and Michel Bandini. So this was a couple of volumes. It is all 12 issues here. There's 2 hardcover volumes over in the shelves, but this is a complete trade paperback collection. Issues 1 to 12, as well as the Batman 2022 annual. This was a Batman Incorporated that had Ghostmaker at the helm of that. Next up, so this is a Batman Day special, for example. This is a new cover done for Batman One Bad Day, The Riddler, one of the best of the One Bad Day series. And with this one, that is a rather gorgeous Jim Lee variant cover for that. Next up, now this comes highly recommended. This was awesome. A customer told me about this series. I backtraced the single issues. It's unusual for a book that is from a publisher like IDW to get 3, 4, 5 printings for certain issues, but this did, and it's unbelievable. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. It is basically to do with someone who lives in a small town, nicest person in the world, but they leave every so often to go and commit murder. Never do it on your own doorstep because you might get caught that way. But you know, they go outside of their small little town to do it. But when they come back, someone has committed murder in the town, so they're worried they're going to be found out for what they've been doing, even though they didn't commit the murder in the small town. Home is Where the Heart Stops. Brilliant book, really can't recommend it enough. 6 issues there. Next up we have Black Cloak from Kelly Thompson and Meredith McLaren. So this is sci-fi fantasy, Image Comics. Combines elements of sci-fi fantasy and noir into something wholly original and compelling. I mean, this is a bit of a big statement, but Move Over Saga, this is my new obsession. So mayhem, murder, mermaids, what more could anyone want? Next up, we have Batman Detective Comics Gotham Nocturne Act 2. So this is continuing the hardcover collections for the Ram V run, which has been pretty much excellent the whole way along the board. It's going to be ending with the next issue, which is 1089, before Tom Taylor comes in with Mikel Janin. But this run's been awesome. I mean, look at the guest artists as well. You've got Ivan Rice, you've got Casper Weingart, Stefano Rafali. You've also got backup stories in this done by Cy Spurrier and Dan Waters. But of course, the main run done by Ram V. So this covers issues 1071 to 1075. Next up, we have G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. So this is the continuation of the Larry Hama original. Image Comics obviously got the rights to G.I. Joe, Transformers, all that stuff. But there is going to be a G.I. Joe Energon Universe Link title coming out soon. But that is not what this is. This is a continuation of the Larry Hama stuff. This collects issues 301 to 305. It does specify a new era for G.I. Joe fans begin here though. So you can jump into this having not read the previous 300. Although I would imagine you'll probably get a wee bit more from it if you had read the previous issues. Next up, Godzilla War for Humanity. So from IDW. So Andrew McLean, one of the creators of Headlopper. Art by Jake Smith. Everyone's favourite city smashing monster may be humanity's only hope for survival in this twist on a classic kaiju battle. I was speaking as well there, of course, about Batman and, you know, runs coming out. Batman by Grant Morrison. There's one coming out soon, Tom King. So another one, for example, they're doing that with this Green Lantern, and it's Green Lantern by Jeff Johns. So it's great to see this emphasis on specific writers and specific creators, you know, because it's an easy sell from our point of view, because we always say to follow creators rather than characters. So if you find a creator whose work you particularly like, jump straight on that. So yeah, what we've got here, Green Lantern by Jeff Johns book 2. We got book 1 in there a few weeks ago. I can see it there just in the new release racks. So these classic stories are written by Jeff Johns and illustrated by the likes of Ivan Rice. So the greatest Green Lantern of them all is back. Next up, we have the Incredible Hulk Epic Collection, Man or Monster. So this is the Epic Collection of the very first appearances of Incredible Hulk. So you've got Incredible Hulk 1 to 6, Fantastic Four 12 and 25 to 26, Avengers 1 to 3 and 5, Amazing Spider-Man 14, Tales to Astonish 59, and Journey into Mystery 112. So this is volume 1, and this covers Incredible Hulk from 1962 to 1964. Next up, we have Star Wars Thrawn Alliances. This was an adaptation of a novel, which was 4 issues in total, which is Return to the Saga of Grand Admiral Thrawn. So yeah, 4 issues all collected into one. We have Superior Spider-Man, Superior Spider Islands. This is volume 2 of the recent Superior Spider-Man run Dan Slott's been doing with the likes of Christos Gage and Mark Bagley. So volume 2. We have the Venom Modern Era Epic Collection. So this is volume 1 covering 2003 to 2004. This is collecting Venom 1 to 18, the 2003 series of that. So Daniel Way, for example, Paco Medina, a few other creators involved there. Speaking of Venom, we also have the saga of Eddie Brock. So the story of how Eddie Brock bonded with the Venom symbiote. So this is your classic Venom stuff from the beginning. So you've got Amazing Spider-Man 300 in here, as well as issues 315 to 317, 374, and a couple of other issues as well. Trial of Venom, Amazing Spider-Man, that kind of thing as well. Big Venom week this week. We also have Venom, which is volume 7 of the current run. So Torrin Grombeck, Al Ewing on this. Venom versus Carnage in this one, Exsanguination. Ken Lashley on art, as well as Juan Ferreira. Another book out for Batman Day is Joker the World. So this is basically, they did this before with Batman, where they got artists and writers from all over the world to do short stories on this character. So for this one, it's the Clown Prince of Crime's Brand of Chaos, which is going global. So you've got contributions here from the likes of Japan, Poland, Cameroon, Argentina, Mexico, Brazil, etc., etc. A couple just to finish off with. We have Little Black Book. This was a really fun AWA series. This may be actually the last original AWA series, I think. And Jeff McComsey on this. Art is by Philippe Cunha. It's to do with a son who finds, he basically inherits his dad's house, and then while looking around the house, he finds this little black book, which is basically, it's a get out of jail free card book. So if someone, you know, is in an accident, phone someone in this book, they'll get out of it, that kind of thing. But then, of course, nefarious types will be looking for this little black book as well. Really, really good stuff. Really, really dug it. Next up, Lotus Land, which Boom Studios title. The year is 2648. Evermore's Keeper program has discovered the secret to everlasting life. So this is written by the writer of Little Bird, so that in enough should be enough. Darcy Van Poelgeest. Joined by rising star artist Cal Philippe for this timely and thought-provoking look into the human condition. Next up, we have She-Hulk, All In. DC are going to sue somebody. Tony Khan's going to sue somebody using the All In moniker. So this is Sensational She-Hulk issue 6 to 10. So this is volume 5 in total of the Rainbow Rowell stuff. But the second volume from volume 2, well, comics are complicated sometimes. But if you want to get away from complicated and jump into just some of the absolute best storytelling in comics history, you jump into Ultimate Spider-Man. Volume 4 has finally arrived in omnibus form. Suffice to say, I popped down yesterday and grabbed my copy nice and early. The joys of owning and the benefits of owning a comic book store. Read the first 6 issues last night. It's just so good. It's an era of Spider-Man that's just up there amongst the best eras of Spider-Man. Bendis continues with writing, of course. He wrote everything, but there is an artist change here. Instead of Mark Bagley, it went over to Stuart Immonen, but barely skips a beat. Really, really great stuff. Genuinely can't recommend it highly enough. As I say, blasted through 6 issues last night. Listened to the Danny Elfman score for Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. It's like stepping back in time. Just wonderful, wonderful stuff. And then one last volume to finish off with, which is X Factor, the original X-Men. The original 5 reunited. So this is the omnibus. Jean Grey returns from a watery grave, and the classic first lineup of X-Men find new purpose as X Factor. But when the ageless villain Apocalypse enters their lives, a renewed dream shared by Marvel Girl, Cyclops, Beast, Iceman and Angel will turn into a nightmare. So this has issues from Avengers, from Fantastic Four, leading up to it. And then you have X Factor 1 to 26. You also have then Iron Man Annual, Amazing Spider-Man issues, Thor issues, Power Pack. Very, very definitive. Very, very thick boy, as you can see. And one of 2 really good Marvel omnibuses this week. So that's going to do it for this week in terms of graphic novels. As ever, check back today, maybe early tomorrow, we'll see, for new single issues. I'll maybe see if I can get a wee video put up just to show you the Batman Day stuff as well. Again, this coming Saturday, so make sure to get in. It'll be a one-day only event. So make sure to come down and take advantage of some of those discounts. But until then, as always, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it proved useful. And until I see you in store, hopefully throughout the week, take it easy.